Hi, Flosstube. This is Janet with Janet Jabber. I'm coming at you with episode 299. If you're new to my channel, this is a channel about cross stitch. I hope you like what you see. Please subscribe, comment, do the YouTube things. If you're a returning friend, thank you so much for coming back to visit with me this week. I am fresh off of StitchCon and back home to the freshness of settling in, cleaning the house, getting ready for a new week. So I am ready to visit with you and unpack what has happened in the last week. As a reminder, if you are new here, in my description box below, I have a Happy Mail form that is just a form you can fill out to where I randomly pull names every single month and send out Happy Mail. I talked a lot this weekend. So you can find that in the description box below, along with other little bits of information. I am not someone that has like all the information. So if you have certain questions, please do not hesitate to send me an email at janetjabber@gmail.com or hit me up on Instagram. That's probably the best ways to contact me. All right, so I usually do a featured friend, and I do have a couple. Thank you for the ones that sent some in. I do have a few in the queue, but I have so much to unpack this week that I am going to basically talk about StitchCon right now, show you my stitching, and get into my normal business. But StitchCon 2025 is in the books. It was friends and family for me all coming together. It was good times. I mean, I had stitching, belly laughs, dinners, a couple runs to Keepsakes. My son-in-law would did a donut. My son-in-law would go downstairs and grab breakfast for the kids and me from our hotel every morning. They even did a Dunkin' Donuts run. So I have a few pictures at the end to show. So just a flashback. I went down a day early, and then there was a group of us that had dinner together, and that was a blessing to get together and break bread. There's a bunch of us that talk on the regular, so we were able to see each other in person. We're throughout the country and hug and not just see each other through our little screens. So that was good to see each other. So, and then my family came down. They were supposed to come on Friday, and they were like not wanting to miss out on the goodness. So they came down early, and they stayed in my hotel room, but they went and did goodness while I was at StitchCon. And so that's family stuff. I'll try to remember to talk about that cool stuff they did at the end. So that was where family and friends were mixed for me. And then I sat at my table. Was I at table 28? I don't even know. I didn't even take a table picture. I didn't take a picture of my display. I did a very bad job of taking pictures. So you're going to see pictures hopefully of me, of friends that took pictures. So if you watch other people or people want to send them to me, I appreciate it. But pictures were taken, and there was love everywhere. It was wonderful to see old friends make new friends. If you came up and said hi to me, I appreciate it so much. I had people that said to me, I watch you all the time and I love you. You don't know me, but I know you. I look forward to you on Tuesdays. Thank you for being there. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for sharing the love. I met new friends. So I always look forward to going to these things. I snuck off to Keepsakes a couple times. I did not ride the Stitchy bus. I had my own car. I'm local enough to drive to StitchCon, so I had my own wheels to get around. I didn't go out to like group dinners while I was there other than that first night, because I'm not like usually a super big eater anyway. I did go out one night for a family dinner with my little family, and it was cute in regards to helping wrangle the grands. So that was really cool. The giveaway, which other people I'm sure will unpack this, but StitchCon's gift was this travel cooler, because the theme this year of what it was, things were exchanged and given away. This is not what was given from Keepsakes or a StitchCon event, but plenty of goodness in here in regards to things that people brought by and gifted, table mates or other things that were given away. So I appreciate everyone that had gifts to give and hugs to share, and it was a lot of love and community, and I am just so thankful to be blessed to have been able to be part of that. I am usually an every other year girl in regards to that event. I know for a fact I'm not going next year. 2026 is my Mediterranean cruise with to celebrate Candy's Mediterranean adventures, the 614 Stitcher. I am actually her cabin mate for that cruise. So that is what I will be doing for 2026. And it's probably a once in a lifetime event for me. So I am super stoked in regards to that. I also, one other thing in regards to StitchCon, because I literally never win anything ever. So, and I am always like head down and stitch. So they were doing like door prizes and stuff. And it was like, I mean, they are very giving. They do service projects and door prizes. It's very fun. They like do a roll call, like ish thing at 7 o'clock at night. So I was head down and stitching, and their media person was taking a picture of a table mate of mine, Miss Connie, counts twice, stitch once, was stitching on leather. So she was like and it was like a real camera, like click, 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 click. So that was going on. I knew I wasn't going to be in the picture, but I was like head down stitching, and I could hear the click, 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 click. They were wrapping up the giveaways for the door prizes, and that's all. I was like just stitching away. I was starting this new project for my granddaughter, which I'll show you in a minute. And then all of a sudden, I hear my legal name, and what's your name? What's your number? And I look down, I'm like 219, and they're like, I knew you were in here somewhere. I had won the door prize, the last door prize of the day, which was Stitchopoly. So how cool is that? That I now have a Monopoly stitching version. So that was really cool. My face turned bright red, of course, because I was plentifully embarrassed, but it was really a funny moment. Everybody laughed at me. But of course, Janet Jabber, who gets a lot of stitching done, had her head down, and she was stitching at StitchCon. All right, you are here to see the stitching and to hear my funnies, but let's get into my stitching. So I did not ring the bell at StitchCon, which is something for us finish. And the reason is because I had a finished stitching, but not a finished finish. And that's okay. I finished the stitching on 2025 Collector's Heart by Heart and Hand, my version of that, which is the yellow version that I converted it to. I need to put beads on it and 2 buttons that were in the pack. The buttons that came in the pack are yellow, and I'm working with Steph from Keepsakes to acquire. I bought 2 yellow buttons from my store, and we just ordered them. We had no dimensions, and Steph has the inside scoop of Miss Celia. I was starting to say Celia. I wanted to say her name wrong. This is a local to them, so she can ask her 100% where those little beads come from, and we can get them. So anyway, I need to either yellow. I told Steph yellow, green, wood, doesn't matter, but I need them the right size. So to finish this off. But beading and 2 little buttons need to go on here, but the stitching is done, just not the beading and buttons. Ollie, of course, hits the tripod to let you know he is here and present. He wants you to know. He wants you to know. All right, the next thing that I have a finish for now of is put a bird on it. Big Blue is done. Big Blue and plus some for the month of June. This is put a bird on it. Sunshine Stitchers. I sat with EJ all weekend. Put a bird on its June section. Which I am just doing 1,000 stitches a month. I put I believe 1,047 in for this month. Put a bird on it, took 3 months to get done, and then I popped in a little bit more here, but Big Blue is done. I am so happy for that. Ollie has decided to sit on top of my stitching, so Ollie and I are gonna have to have an argument to get my stitching out from under him because he's currently sitting on the queen. Hey, Ollie. Hey, Ollie. I'm gonna need that. Thank you. He didn't even get his claws out. He gave me all of my stitching, and he is sitting there for us. All right. The next thing that I stitched on, and I am getting so close, people. I was like so tired yesterday. All I did was my stitching for the day on my queen, and that was it. And then I like prepped some other stuff. So I am down to 1 more color acrylic, and then beads and or acrylic, back stitching, and then beads on my queen. So this is what she's looking like. 1 acrylic is done. I'm working on the 2nd acrylic, outlining or back stitching and beads, but all the acrylic is done in the crown. All the acrylic is done here. So that is what it's looking like. And she's looking so good. So good. I actually am going to probably be way ahead of time. I bet you I finish her before, way before. I bet you I finish her potentially before the end of June, which will give me like a month. And let's pause there for a minute. No, I'll never forget because I lose my train of thought. So the 2000th Mirabilia dropped, and I was like with Sarah from Memphis Sarah E at the retreat, and I was like, I haven't bought anything from Stitch Memphis. Is that the name of your store, Sarah? If not, hopefully I put it here. But I was like, since I was with you when the 200th dropped, I am going to place that order with you. It gives queen vibes. It is amazing. Lady, it's the 200th one is Lady M. I think that's the name of her. But yes, I must have her. Yes, I will stitch her. And I'm going to acquire that from Sarah, Memphis Sarah E. Okay. Something I stitched on before I took off for StitchCon was my, I call it my Taylor Swift stitch. So this was a Whip Go version that I had. This little guy's tail is going wild right here next to us. I was told I need to like show my pets more. Ollie has his own opinion on what he does. So it is on his version. I just smacked his butt because he's knocking my notes around. All right, so Miss Taylor, I worked on her bodysuit for her Lovers version and part of her name. I was sitting next to Melina from Count Twice Stitch Once, and she is doing this piece also, but she is blinging it up. I do not have the brain bandwidth to do what she's doing, but she's going to be amazing. I know Miss Melina's is going to be amazing. The next piece that I stitched on before I took off on my travels was Ginger Christmas Gingerbread Village by Little Fox Stitching. This is what it'll look like. This is just a printed off version, so who knows if my ink was correct. And I have decided to do all that snow in Sulky, and I was happy to purchase 4 spools of it from Keepsakes. They have like bunches of collections, but they have white and black single, and I was like, yes, please. I'm sure I don't need 4, but white is a good one for me. So all I did was start stitching in some of the white for this month. I tried to put 300 stitches in on this month, and I had been stalling because I was running out of the Sulky, and so yep, I got that done. Then we are going to go into clearing the throat. I'm not sick. It's just like I talked a lot. I had new starts. I had 4 new starts at StitchCon. The first one I waited to purchase when I got there, and then I couldn't find it, and Candy, the 614 Stitcher, finally found it for me. I think that it either wasn't there when I went, sold out, or it was a restock. I had to ask a Keepsakes employee, and they said they hadn't seen it, and this was at the annex, which is, so there's things that go on there. I had gone to Keepsakes and I didn't see it. And I figured they were holding it hostage at the annex because it had newly just released. And then I didn't find it at the annex. Regardless, doesn't matter. Candy found it for me. Love you there. And I was able to start it. So this is what it looks like. I think I'm going to change the words. I haven't worked that much in it, so I just started at the top. And I did auditioning of fabrics with Melina, and I think EJ was helping with that too, to take me away from my normal taupe everything, because that I would have probably tried to go for what that's called for. This is a 36 count mystery one from Mystic Fabrics. It was a grab bag that I purchased when I went to her store. So I started on the sunflower and the birdie. I thought I had kitted this up because I knew all the threads that were needed, but I only had like 5 of them. So I clearly, in my packing segment of my trip, I got distracted and only partially packed the threads, but it was enough to get started, and that's all that mattered. This is the culprit for head down and stitching when I won that door prize. I had started this for my granddaughter. I purchased this with my sister on my Hop Shop, and this is my Dandelion Wishes by Robin Pickens. And when my granddaughter, who was 2.5 but very opinionated, saw this, she loves stuff. Lizzie pointed it out to her that this is what they do, and then she was like, loved it. So I, again, with Melina's help of auditioning the fabrics that I brought, we actually started with one and the color blended in exactly. We picked the exact color of this, of a fabric, to be creative, and it was not happening. So this is another one. This is a blush one, I think, from Forbidden Fiber Co. Or no, maybe it's called Parchment. But this is the 32 count. And I love what that's going to look like on there. Oh, it's kind of like, it gives me like sunset vibes in the back of what Dandelion Wishes are going to be. So totally cool. That's what the culprit was. Look how that, can you see why I had to pay attention? That's why I was paying attention. Anybody that was there in the room when I won the door prize knows how red my face turned. The next one is a new start. I do this every single month. I start on the middle of the month. I usually start the mini village. And I only do half of one. So this is the Country Cottage Needleworks June mini village. I will do half of it. And this is a good start on this one. And I am digging the colors on it so far. So it looks good. It's playing well together. But it's the same, like they have a big, I don't have it with me, but they have a big collection of threads and it's going to be through the whole one. So of course they play good together. Last new start, and that's because this is the last in a series. And I wanted to get it started so it's completely out of context and completely winter wise. But this is Gather Moments, which is kind of on theme for the fact that I was with friends and doing that. But this is the last in that series, and I put those snowflakes across the middle, and it was really cold in the room. So there you go. It even goes along with the theme. So there you go. That was the last new start for there. And that was my stitching that I did. I did do a little bit of purchasing and a little bit of investigating while I was there. So I bought myself the corner gauge from Keepsakes that includes like bonus charts and it has like bonus stuff on it. Let me get it out here. It's more than a corner gauge. That's basically what it is. It's more than a corner gauge. So a corner gauge, and then it has the counts for you can figure out your fabric. So like when I say mystery fabric, I usually know the count. I usually don't know like the name of it, but I do use these corner gauges because I drop down 2.5, 3 inches, or I'll drop down in the center or whatever. But this is even cool that like, even though it has 1.5, 2, and 3, if I wanted to do 2.5, there's marks there. So I could use it that way. So that corner gauge I picked up. And then I told you I picked up the Sunny Days one. Well, I picked up some thread. These are the new ones that came out at Market because why not? They were just packaged there when I was checking out. So I was like, let me grab those. When I was at the store, at the Keepsakes store, I picked up that, and I picked up this chart. I had seen someone stitching this along with EJ. They were sitting in the hotel, like in the breakfast area the day before. So I was like, let me pick up that. Yeah, I could like see myself picking and choosing things out of this or stitching it as a whole. So yeah, I did learn that Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitches is the mother to Blue Ridge Designs that I stitch the seasons every month. So how cool is that? That was something that I learned. And then it was a heart and hand weekend for me. So besides the Sunny Days, I also picked up Maker Doodles. This one I sat on the fence with, not knowing. I was like, have I purchased that? I feel like I would have purchased that already. It wasn't in my Notions app that I purchased it, but I kind of slacked behind on doing that. But I just jumped and I was like, if I already have it, then I'll give it away. But I did not find it, but I still need to double check hiding spots here at home. But Maker. And last but not least, they came out with a piece for 2025. If you're going to Beacon Bee, don't look right now. But this is the piece that is an exclusive design for Keepsakes for this year's event. That's what it looks like. And I had to get that. All right, now you can look back. All right, and then I could not pass up the opportunity to be in the presence of an LNS that has like, my LNS is awesome, but this one has more like silks and more of the Krynic and more of the beads and stuff like that. So I have been working on, I started Self-Love, which you'll also hear referred to as Damn I'm Beautiful, on New Year's Day. And it is on this beautiful piece of Paranormal by Stitch Me. And this is what it looks like. That's all I got done is in the center. And I stopped because I knew I wanted to do some bling bling stuff to it, and I did not have it picked out. So that thread is 154. And basically, again, I'd done nothing else because I wanted to do bling, but I needed to like throw this, I needed to be in the presence of the stuff in order to do it. So I took it with me. That's all that to say. I took it with me. So we're going to start with some of the other things that I ask everyone because that's how I am. So I found a couple of things. I'm going to show you as best of a hot mess as I can be. A couple other threads that I'm going to like move around in here. Like, see, I know to put different texture tones in it. And then I wanted some textures in it. And I was like, some bling bling, or this kind of bling bling. And we're not done yet, because then I was like, let me add some of this bling bling. Oh, wait, I'm not showing those properly. Beads, some bleeds. So I can't really show you the chart because it actually, maybe I can. There's no way you can copy this. There's no way. I'm going to flash it real quick. This. So there's parts of it that look like this, dangle, dangle. And I feel like that could be beautiful beads. And the crowns across the top, I feel like it should be Krynic. And then I'm just going to intermix other things to where it's like not just one piece. So that's what I feel like in regards to that. And I'd been stalling on this. So now that I have all that beautiful goodness, I think I can finally start on that again. So we're going to see what direction I go in regards to that. All that. This is, that is what my stitching involvement kind of was. So I did miss out on my Sit and Stitch, my local store. So I missed my ladies. They held the fort down. There was like about, I think my sister said 5 or 6 of them still there. They had good times. I miss you ladies. And I will be back soon. I'm actually missing June and July this summer because in July I have a quilting event, but then I will be back. I have this coming week is my quilting thing at my quilt store where I take my thing and I sit and quilt, but it's a production Saturday. So I only get to stay there for part of that day also. Because this is a 6-day work week for me. Last one ever, hopefully. I did get often asked about that, like about retirement coming up. It's coming up quick. So that's going on. So what have I got going on this week as far as stitching? I think I've met all my goals for June-ish. So those smalls are calling to me. I'll keep plugging away on my queen. Prepping some stuff like I need. Oh, this week is the first day of summer, so I'll be getting my summer sampler season summer out. That'll get started this coming week. So there'll be tons of goodness to share with you. Next week, I'm excited about my stitching this week also. Yeah, I don't have any big appointments this week. All right, personal. I do have some, as far as the kids, the grandbabies and the kids, like I told you, they showed up down there and they had loads of fun. So when they came down, it was so cute. I got a picture of them snuggled up in my bed. I did not sleep with both the grandbabies because the room that I had 2 queens, so that I knew that the Colton and kids, Colton, Lizzie, and the kids were coming. So Colton and Lizzie had a bed. I had a bed. I knew that one of the grands was probably going to sleep with me, but my room also had a couch that popped out. So plenty of room to run around and do the things. They went to the zoo. They went to a Barbie exhibit, thanks to Lynn from Lynn X Stitches. She had recommended, she's local down there, so she had recommended a couple of things like that. One of the best things that Lynn recommended was this park called Sharon Woods and they went on hikes. They played on this park thing. They went there 5 times. It was the best thing to help the littles run out some energy and not be stuck in a hotel. It was amazing. My daughter is so appreciative of that. They also went to the aquarium. They saw sharks. They walked on this like rope thing. They Ozzy got to see mermaids. I mean, all of us saw mermaids, but Ozzy got a picture taken next to a mermaid. They had amazing adventures. And they decided not to stay the last night. They decided to head home for the last night and let the kids like sleep on the ride home, thinking it would be amazing. Henry did not do good on the trip home, but everybody felt good to sleep in their own beds and to start the week off fresh. I even had a really good night's sleep that night for my travel home the next day. So all was good. Great adventures were had. Great times were had. I got plenty of walking done this weekend, also, which was fun for my friends and I we all do this like game off. Not all of us, but a bunch of us do this game off to where we do this walking challenge. So we got our walking challenges. I didn't eat the best, but that's a me problem because I'm a routine eater. And so that was, I was going to tell you that. So when I went out to dinner with my grandkids and Lizzie and Colton, and the kids were being wild. Lizzie said they were being feral. They were being wild. They just were hungry and like it was just too much. So I was like, let me take them and walk them in the parking lot until the food gets here, and then Colton can let me know. And Lizzie was like, you're taking both of them? And I was like, yeah. So I just took both of them and we went outside and talked about like the rocks and just walked around and did that. And then Colton came and grabbed us, and I think I freaked her out a little bit, but I think it has to do with the fact that as I'm so much older, I calmed down. I remember being Lizzie's age and being anxious and that kind of stuff about like, or the kids crying or being too loud. I remember, I walked that path. I remember all of that. But I also am just like the whole, I'm older, I'm wiser, I'm calmer, and it's not any shame, nothing anywhere. It's just like we've walked those shoes and I can assist. And I love the fact that I could assist and I'm there. So that was what we did. And then that's when they went off. I went back to the room and they went off to go. They tried to go to Bass Pro to let them run off some energy, and that was not working. So they went back to the park and went on another hike. So like that park was amazing. That's why Lynn is there. So thankful for Lynn in regards to recommending that park. It was literally like 10 minutes from our hotel. So, so they did, like I said, the donut adventure, the Barbie exhibit that was going on down there, the aquarium, the zoo. They saw the elephants, the cheetah. They made it in time to see the cheetah go run after this thing similar to a fast track thing that our friend Bobby does with her dogs. So lots of very cool, very, very cool things that they got to experience. And it was cool. Ozzy came in and saw the elephants and she's like, So it was just lots of fun things in regards to, and blessed to be able to intermix both events for me, sitting on the sidelines. So that's it. All right, that's it. Hopefully I shared some goodness. I came home and my husband had done his laundry, had done cleaning the house. Of course, I went through and cleaned the house and had my own laundry to do, but it feels like a very good fresh start. It was Father's Day weekend. Lizzie and Colton had brought cinnamon rolls to Jeff in the morning, and then they went to his family for Father's Day dinner. The 2 boys actually came over. I haven't seen my oldest son in a hot minute, and the boys came over, had hamburgers and brats on the grill, hung out with their dad for quite a few hours, to the point where I was like, are they leaving? Because I'm tired. They left. We watched a movie together, settled down for the night, and started out our fresh new week. So that's it. That's it. All right, the video is a little longer than normal, but I got told, like, stop rushing yourself off, Janet. But it is just me. I really am short and sweet in regards to these things and get you on moving along. So please, I'm going to get out of here, get on to your next video. So please keep stitching, enjoy life, and I'm sending you so much love. Bye.